Alright folks, so step number 1 is to just be Megan Fox because you could highlight her cheekbones and still look incredibly chiseled. Bye! I'm just kidding, but I kind of gathered that you already knew that I was just kidding, and this whole introduction was kind of just cheesy and cringy because you clicked onto this video knowing that it was going to be more than like 30 seconds long, and so you kind of knew that like, you know, there was going to be more content and like something a little bit more fulfilling than just saying like, oh, you should be Megan Fox. And so I don't know why I thought that this intro was like smart to begin with, and so now I'm actually really debating whether I want to refilm this. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to achieve this chiseled face look. In other words, I'm just going to show you how to contour a round face because I have a round face and it will no longer be round by the end of the video. So you don't care. Anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so step 1 is to drink water. Okay, so drinking water doesn't necessarily fall under the category of contouring since water literally is clear. So what does water have anything to do with contouring, you ask? So water is this magical, mystical fluid. And no, I'm not talking about your boyfriend's jizz, although it is kind of remarkable that a guy's jizz becomes a baby in 9 months. Like, the percentage of growth is just exponential. If any kids are watching this, number 1, you don't need to contour, okay? Number 2, I'm sorry you had to learn about procreation on my channel rather than just through your parents' lies insisting that whenever 2 people love each other, they just give each other a really long hug and then out comes a baby. So water is this magical thing that serves to reduce bloating. Now I bloat mainly in my stomach and in my face. Whenever I gain weight, it also tends to pack onto my face first, and really when anything happens, it just shows on my face first. So drinking water is one way to help flush away all the sodium in your body that is clinging onto excess water weight. This might reduce the bloat in the face and throughout the rest of the body. So it sounds counterintuitive at first, but it's actually really useful. Now step 2 is to use a Gua Sha. Now there's a lot of controversy about this little jade stone, but let me do my best to explain what it is. Introducing our newest segment, Explain That Thing. Coming to you live from the streets of LA, we gather the truth, the bare truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm here interviewing some citizens of our beautiful city. What is a Gua Sha? So the whole purpose of the Gua Sha is to drain the face of any excess fluids, and this tool was actually an adaptation made by the goddamn beauty industry in order to make money. They're out to get your money, you better run. But it has roots in Chinese and Japanese tradition. A what? A Gua Sha? Oh yeah, I have one of those. Got them in one of my PR packages. I'm an influencer. I used to fuck John Mayer. The original Gua Sha was actually a full body treatment carried out using a coin or some other scraping tool to sort of encourage the skin to heal itself. And that's how I knew not to trust those big companies. Wait a second, aren't you one of those big companies? Run! This is fake news! This is fake news! This is fake news! Well, what an eventful day it was in LA. Back at the studio, we have, I wouldn't call her an expert in the Gua Sha. I think maybe she's more of an amateur in the Gua Sha. Anyway, she's gonna show us how to use this thing. So I like to apply a moisturizer to the skin before going in with a Gua Sha. Many people do this in different ways, but I focus more on the portion of my face that is below the eyes. I start by using the end with the bumps and drag it in an upwards motion on my neck. This drains excess fluids in the areas of my neck that is closest to my face. Then I take the same side with the bumps and map out my natural jawline. I do this several times, probably around 3 to 5 times on each side. Next, I'll take the smooth, curved side of the scraper to run across the area below my cheeks. I start from one of the corners of my lips and drag it across the skin below the cheek area, pulling the skin upwards to the area right underneath where I typically would place my contour. Once I've reached the end of the jaw, I like to do this back and forth motion, almost like I'm telling my skin to be pulled back to this extent. I repeat this motion 3 to 4 times on each side of the face. Similarly, I do the same sweeping motion using the curved end of the stone from my nose across the cheeks, sweeping up to the hairline right below the temple. I zhuzh it back and forth a bit to tell the skin to pull back as far as my hairline and repeat this 3 to 4 times on each side of the face. And that's how you do it. Thank you to our not really an expert and not really an amateur on the Gua Sha. That's it for today. We'll see you next time on Explain That Thing. Alright, and finally, step 3, we can get to the makeup. Oh boy, was it a whole journey to get here. I'm gonna begin with a face that already has foundation on, so if you're curious what my foundation routine is, check out this video for that. So before contouring, I go in with a trusted bronzer. This provides some natural color to the outer areas of the face. Stick to the outer areas of the forehead, by the temple, and kind of prime your skin for contouring by lightly bronzing up areas around the cheekbone too. Now, we can contour. If your face doesn't naturally have defined cheekbones, like I don't, try sucking in your lips, making like a duck face, and mentally mapping out an area right above the lines on your face as you make the duck face. I like to pull the contour even higher above towards the temple for a pulled back look. Then contour right below the jawline. Now you can go above your natural jawline and contour there, but it doesn't always look natural, and it ends up making the contour look soft and blurred out. For a more defined contour, place the color right by the jawline, immediately underneath and onto the jaw. This creates a really clean shadow underneath the jaw. Finally, we can begin to tackle the fullness of those cheeks with 2 simple swoops of contouring product. I like to create 2 inverted C's, one pointing upwards right by the apples of my cheeks, and the other immediately under that first C, but pointed downwards, kind of like drawing a snout, if you will. I try to keep highlighting to a minimum because my face is already really round and big, so highlighting would just accentuate that. I'm going to only highlight the inner corners of my eyes and the bridge of my nose. Blend it all out and voila! So that's how I would contour a round face, i.e. my face. I realize how contouring in this kind of a way can be kind of problematic because I am washing out all of my Asian features such as having a round face, having a flatter nose, and having fuller cheeks. I'm kind of exchanging them for more Eurocentric features. Ideally, my future self would be a lot more confident in my natural features and my natural bone structure and just how my face looks in general, but I'm still learning to kind of let go of societal standards of beauty. It's all a work in progress. If you enjoyed this video and watched all the way to the end, please leave me a flower emoji in the comments down below just so that I know you're out there. Subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye!